let's bring in DHS Assistant Secretary for Public Affairs, Tricia McLaughlin. Tricia, thanks for being with us to talk about this. You know, can you react to Mahmoud Khalil's interview there? Because it strikes me that the mealy-mouthed answer he gave is exactly the reason that you folks have been dealing with him the way you've been dealing with him.
Absolutely, Brian. Three times he was asked by CNN if he condemns Hamas. That should be the easiest question in the world. This is an evil regime, an evil organization that kills Americans, that kills Jews, and he should easily be able to condemn it. He reveals exactly who he is, and it's exactly who the State Department and Department of Homeland Security said he was. He was in this country on a green card. If you are on a green card, it is a privilege, not a right. And you can guarantee that if you are in this country, you are taking over buildings, you are harassing Jewish students, you are supporting organizations like Hamas that glorify the killings of Americans, that privilege will be revoked. So that should be a lesson to all Americans, and we will continue to go after those who are in this country on visas or on green cards who support terrorist organizations.
Yeah, Tricia, I agree with you, but obviously Khalil and his lawyers do not. They are suing the Trump administration for $20 million, they say, for false imprisonment, malicious smearing of him as an anti-Semite. He says that he'll take either $20 million or an apology from the Trump administration. Will he get either?
I don't think he'll be getting either because his actions speak for themselves. He showed himself to be an anti-Semite. Keep in mind the facts that were on the ground in Colombia. He was a ringleader of those protests. He was engaged in taking over buildings, harassing of Jewish students, harassing of other students. Really, his behavior was despicable. They were pushing Hamas propaganda, anti-American propaganda. That's not about free speech. That's about stoking chaos and stoking fear in students and also defacing buildings as well, Lisa.
You've challenged Mahmoud Khalil's release, the judge's release. How do you expect that to play out?
I will continue to push this in the courts. The facts are on our side. His behavior has been well documented. It's been despicable. We'll bring this to a higher court. And our recommendation to Khalil is if he hates the United States so much, he should leave now. He should self-deport. The U.S. taxpayer is so generously offering those in this country $1,000 and a free flight home, so he should take us up on that offer and get out of our country.
You know, Tricia, the Trump administration saying that Khalil misrepresented information on his green card application. What can you tell us about that, and what's the latest?
Absolutely. This included some of the information he said about supporting terrorists in his country of origin. So there's more details about that with the Department of Justice, but we're going to keep on pushing that in the higher courts.
Tricia, I want to ask you about this. There's a DOJ staffer. This is almost kind of crazy to ask this question, but apparently her husband is the creator of an app that helps people figure out when ICE is coming to their neighborhood, presumably with the intention of being able to evade them. She was working for the DOJ, fired after this is discovered. She's challenging that this is not fair. To me, it seems like the most obvious thing in the world. If you're not interested in obeying the law and if you're aligned with somebody who's helping others to disobey the law, how can you work in the DOJ? Tricia, help me out with this one.
Exactly, Brian. The Department of Justice is a law enforcement agency. If you are trying to help people to evade the law and obstruct justice, then you surely shouldn't be working at the Department of Justice. I mean, to lay out the facts for viewers as well, this is an app that was to alert those who used it where ICE operations were going to happen or were currently happening. This is handing intelligence to MS-13 gang members, to Tren de Aragua, to the cartel members on a silver platter. And this is at a time when our ICE law enforcement are facing an 830% increase in assaults against them. She got exactly what she deserves, and she should not be working at the Department of Justice or really in any government capacity.
Well, yeah, it's like, why work for law enforcement if you don't believe in the rule of law?
Right.
But, you know, but is the app illegal? I mean, is that legal to have an app like this?
This is certainly something the Department of Justice is looking at. Our Homeland Security investigators are all over this. I mean, it's impacting their employees themselves. It sure looks like obstruction of justice. And again, it's handing intelligence on a silver platter to these vicious criminal legal aliens who go forth target our law enforcement, even going forth and doxing them, doxing their family members, putting online where their spouses work, where their children go to school so that they can live in fear and they're deterred from doing their job. But we are so proud of our ICE law enforcement. They're not going to be deterred. We're just going to double down and continue to go after the worst of the worst in this country, Lisa.
Do you expect to see more of this as you look through the bureaucracy? Do you expect to find more folks with alignments like this, and do you expect more house cleaning?
I think in this Trump administration, that's something we're very focused on, is getting rid of waste, fraud, and abuse, and those who are counter to the interests of the American people. Unfortunately, we've seen a lot of this. I think it's pretty eye-opening to see the amount of people who work in the U.S. government, really for decades, who didn't have the best interests of the American people at heart. And that's something that President Trump and Secretary Noem have been incredibly focused on. We got to protect our law enforcement. We got to protect the safety and security of the American people.
Tricia McLaughlin, thank you for your perspective today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.